You wake up and you're already tired. You haven't run, you haven't shouted. You're not in danger, but your heart is beating faster. Your jaw is tight. Your mind is already replaying problems that haven't even happened yet. That's stress. And the most concerning part is that many people live like this every single day without realizing that their body is paying the price. Today, you're going to understand exactly what stress does to your body, according to science, and why ignoring it may be more dangerous than it seems. Stress is not weakness. It's a survival mechanism. Thousands of years ago, stress helped you escape a predator. Today, the predator might be a debt, an exam, a demanding boss, a non-stable relationship, fear of failure, but your brain doesn't clearly distinguish between physical threats and psychological ones. To your brain, a threat is a threat. When danger is detected, it activates the HPA axis, hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal glands. Within seconds, your body shifts into alert mode. This is acute stress, and it's necessary. The problem begins when you never leave that state. It all starts in the amygdala. The amygdala is the brain's threat detector. If it interprets something as dangerous, it signals the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus activates the sympathetic nervous system, and that's when the cascade begins. Adrenaline, noradrenaline, cortisol. Adrenaline speeds up your heart, dilates your pupils, tenses your muscles. Cortisol keeps the alert system running longer. In small doses, this is helpful. But when cortisol stays elevated for weeks or months, science shows something concerning. Prolonged high cortisol levels can reduce volume in the hippocampus, memory, increase amygdala reactivity, more anxiety, weaken connections in the prefrontal cortex, less emotional control. That means chronic stress can literally change how your brain functions. Have you noticed that under constant stress, it's harder to concentrate? That's not a lack of discipline. That's biology. The prefrontal cortex is responsible for decision-making, self-control, logical thinking. But under prolonged stress, this area becomes less efficient. That's why you react more and reflect less. Why you become more irritable. Why it feels harder to think clearly. Your brain prioritizes survival, not analysis. Stress doesn't stay in the brain. It affects your entire body, cardiovascular system, blood pressure and heart rate increase, immune system. Cortisol suppresses immune responses. That's why you get sick more often during stressful periods. Digestive system. Stress can alter gut microbiota and contribute to gastritis or discomfort. Muscular system. Chronic tension in the neck, shoulders, and jaw. Endocrine system. Hormonal imbalance. Your body starts living as if it's at war, but there's no visible battlefield. The most dangerous part of chronic stress is that it doesn't always feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels like normal tiredness, mild irritability, frequent headaches, occasional insomnia, but accumulated over years, it becomes systemic wear and tear. It's like keeping an engine revving constantly. It doesn't explode immediately, it deteriorates slowly. One of the most studied effects of chronic stress is sustained inflammation. Dysregulated cortisol levels can contribute to long-term inflammatory processes, and chronic inflammation is associated with cardiovascular disease, metabolic disorders, sleep disturbances, increased risk of anxiety and depression. Chronic stress has also been linked to shortened telomeres. Telomeres are structures associated with cellular aging. In other words, long-term stress may accelerate biological aging. It doesn't just make you feel exhausted, it can make your body age faster. Stress itself isn't the enemy. The real problem is the lack of recovery. Your nervous system has two primary modes: alert mode, recovery mode. If you spend too much time in alert mode and not enough in recovery, the balance breaks. And Without balance, there is wear. Your body was never designed to live in constant war. It was designed to activate and then rest. Stress can save your life, but unmanaged, it can slowly erode it. It doesn't always scream. Sometimes it whispers. In your back pain, in your insomnia, in your irritability. Real strength isn't enduring more stress. It's learning to regulate your nervous system. Because surviving is automatic, but living in balance, that's biological intelligence.